Hello, this is Lolly, and I love playing cards and I love books and journals. So, what would be better than making a journal out of this humongous deck of playing cards? Now, this package, it's very basic, doesn't even say the size of the cards. So, I figured I would test it out. I got it at Tuesday morning, it was $9.99. And I'm sure they're going to be really thin, and I'll have to back them up onto chipboard or something, but I mean, they're about as thick as a regular playing card, but once you make this size, it just gets humongous. I mean, excuse me, once you get this size, it's a little floppy. So if I start here, I'd say it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, almost 15 inches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. 10 wide. Okay, so yes, I do want to back it up on chipboard, I think, because I'm just thinking that for a cover, that would be a little too thin. So what I would want to do is save, I'm not sure. I'm thinking. I'm thinking cutting it in half and making the journal this size. I think that would be perfect. But I would like to do, let's grab one that I'm really fond of. Could do Joker. That would be pretty funny, like that for a cover, Um, let's see. I've mentioned before that 8 is my favorite number, but I think I'll save that and let's just pick another number. Let's say 5. Let's do the 5 of hearts. And what I'll do is I'll cut it down here, and that would be the front and back covers. So what I'll need to do is to find a card that I'm not fond of and use that to put on the other side of the chipboard. So let's put this one aside. Like 3. I'll cut them both up. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. So I will take this to my cutting machine, my trimmer, excuse me, and I will trim that down. I'll trim both of these down. And so what I would have would be, this would be the front cover, and then there would be chipboard, and then probably this like that. Could always do this as the cover of the actual journal, but I think I want it to be this. Okay, so what I did was I said it was about 14 and a half inches. So I cut 7 1/4, and then I had this one was slightly bigger, so I cut 7 1/4 out of that, and I had this much left over, so it's just a tiny bit off. So did that. Now let's cut this one as well. Now I've got to find some cardboard. I don't think I really need to do chipboard. It doesn't need to be that thick, because already just putting these two together makes a nice thick journal. I found this old piece here that had, as you could see, had been a notebook, and that's going to be perfect. Look at how that just fits on there. So what I think I will do is to go ahead and use double-sided tape and adhere that to this, and then I will cut out the cardboard and then adhere the other side. So let's see, if I want this to be, I think this will be my front cover, and if I like the hearts here. Okay. Now this is more coverage than I normally would do. I would normally put a little less of the tape on here and then fill in the gaps with some liquid glue. But I figured this is a waxy surface, these playing cards. So I want to get as much double-sided tape on here as I can. This is still my favorite bone folder by far, but they have stopped manufacturing them, and I even reached out to the company and they will not carry them anymore. This one I received at Creativation. It is also Teflon by Dress My Craft. I've been trying to get those in my shop, and they're just not available now. And it does score well, and it has a nice feel. I don't understand those bone folders that are just solid curve. I love the flat surface. And I realize that when you burnish, you're supposed to be really doing it this way anyway, but I don't get the whole curved surface thing. Maybe you could explain to me. I mean, they're cute and they might be fun to hold, but I just don't get how you're going to burnish with them. Now this is great for doing large surfaces, you know, whereas this would take me a long time with that skinny little edge. This is great for bookmaking. Okay, now I will use some strong scissors to cut this out. That I don't, you know, I'll use maybe the Tim Holtz one because then I don't worry about ruining my scissors. I also have some scissors that are kind of getting older, and I'm using those ones for cutting cardboard. I don't use my new scissors that have a nice sharp edge on them. I don't want to dull them. I could also use a craft blade on this. That would work as well. And I think I just might do that for the next edge. Okay, so let me get my ruler out here. Okay, let's put, oops, sorry, I just bumped the camera stand. So I'm going to line this up. I will give you a link down below to the Eco Pico eco-friendly, non-toxic cutting mats. I know I have to be careful because this card is pretty slippery. So this feels a lot better, and I haven't even put the other side on there. So if this is my cover, then I think I want this on the inside to look like that. I think that would be cute. Another thing that would be great with these would be to cut them in half this way and make that a pocket. Ooh, boy, so many ideas. Yes. Thinking. So now my mind is going, what if I did do this and then use this for a pocket? I think I have to do that. So I will put this on. It means I'll have to cut some more cards, but I have a whole deck to play with. Okay, now I had already sized this perfectly, so let's see if I can get this lined up. I think I actually did it. Wow. I'm going to turn it upside down and use the smooth instead of the sharp area, and that way I'm not scraping the wax off my card. Okay, so that would be my cover. This feels really, really good. So now what I want to do is cut some of this off for a pocket, and that would be that right there. So front cover. So now I need to sort of repeat the back. I don't know I'm going to put a cover on the, a pocket on the back. I might, but at least for now I know that I need to repeat this. And I've already cut up, which I shouldn't have. I already cut up my 3 of spades. I could have used the other side for the inside of the back cover, but I'll just use another card. Okay, so this will be the inside of the back cover. I'll have a 3 and a 2. And I need to find another piece of cardboard. I'll do that, and I'll do the back cover off camera. Okay, I want to show you the progress. So I had done this on camera and cut that pocket out. I mounted this, and I decided that this back this back cover would be thick chipboard. So you can see that. And the reason is when I bind my books on a cinch, I like the back copy to be thicker because that way the pages don't fall out. And I did decide to use that for pockets on both sides. So let's get those a thumb notch, shall we? I think what I'll do is put the thumb notch over here, and I can judge it by the pattern. Pretty good. All right, now we got a little thumb notch there. Oh, and that worked really well, that you can actually see the spades a little better. Cool. All righty. Now, as for pages, So let me get my ruler again. The height of this is 10, just barely over 10, like 10 and a 16th. So 10 inches, and then this is 7 1/4, but I like to make my pages a little shorter. And I think I'm going to put some tabs on these. So I think what I'll do is do 7 inches for the tabs, and then everything else will be about 6 1/2, maybe, or 6 3/4. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I think I might do 7 1/8 and then put the tabs on and see where I go from there. Okay, I've got a bunch of scraps here because I went ahead and cut tabbed dividers down. I decided to go with bright colors that remind me of playing cards. I cut them 7 1/8 by 10, and I used the tab punch board from We're Memory Keepers to punch the tabs. I will give you a link down below to how to use that machine. And I just had a crazy idea. I want to put some real playing cards in here in these sleeves. But this isn't going to fit, okay? And the cinch, I'm not sure how happy it would be to punch the holes. I think what I'll do first is I will test the cinch out to see how well it will cut through this plastic. If it doesn't, then what I will do is cut this off and sew paper along there and punch the paper. So what I'm seeing is here, I'm going to get 4 cards here. I will cut off the top. Okay, I'm going to trim this side off so that it is this length, which I haven't measured now that I've got my tabs on there. This is 6 3/8. So I'm going to cut that at 6 3/8. Where's my, okay, like this. From here to here will be 6 3/8. Okay, let's look at what I have so far. I had cut these bright colored cardstocks down into dividers. And there's my cover. This is the super, super strong back and the front, like this. So this has thin cardboard. This has really thick chipboard in it. And then add these to that. You can see how they go right up to that edge there. And I did this, and I remember that I did punch holes in this material before when I was making pocket letters. And one of the ways to make it easier is to sandwich paper around this. So I could take, for instance, a piece of paper and put it right around here, top and bottom, making it flush up against the edge, and the cinch will punch it really easily. So that will go in here anywhere. It doesn't matter particularly where. And I also made pockets for the inside covers. Goes this way. Next, going to go on the other side. So this way and this way. Okay, so I've got those pockets, and I'm going to put that back in there just to be sure. And so now what I have, this size without tabs is 10 by 6 1/4. So I have cut up a stack of printer paper that size. Get that there. So that's printer paper. And then I've cut up a stack of this, which is just a paper pad that I found at a thrift store using my junk journals. And I'm debating right now whether to put junk journal type pages in here. Not sure on that yet. And then I was thinking, I do have these, which this is kind of beat up a little bit and needs a little bit of glue. But I do like these kind of envelopes. So I thought I should get my glue going here. Okay, we will use a different glue. Need time to clean my other bottle lid. Okay, so I love these envelopes, and I'm wondering how well this would fit in here. So let's measure the height. Oh my goodness, it's like 10 inches. It's perfect. So the question is, how far do I want this stick out? And I think I want it to go out as far as the tabs, which is like 6 3/4. Okay, so I did cut that down, and so here it is. I have this open on this end, but when I cinch it, then this will be shut enough, or I could also run a bead of glue here, which is absolutely fine with me. I might just go ahead and do that now. And yes, liquid glue. I don't need much. Like I said, the cinching, the binding will hold that shut itself. Okay, so I think that will be like the back page like this, and then my tabs will be over it like that. And I still have this, which is sealed on this side. I could cinch it here, and this would be just a slide pocket, or I could even cut the top off and make it another pocket, or thinking, I could cut it in half this way and make two short pockets through for the journal, which would be interesting. And I just might do that. Now, whether or not I use these, we'll see. But so this is what I have now. This is, I could put it in like this, bind it here, and have a top-loading pocket. So let me seal this over here. I'm putting such a thin bead of glue that I can't even see it. I guess that's thin, huh? Okay, so I have these two pockets. I will put them with the odd pieces to be punching holes in. Okay, so I'm looking at the overall size of this and thinking I definitely need more paper. So I'm thinking to, ooh, how about these? Now I like these too. I pick these up from thrift stores all the time. So let's get these in order though. They are that, and that. Let's check these out for height. I know I need 10 inches. Ooh, interesting. I can cut these down right at the very edge of these tabs. Part of the plastic will get cut off, but let me do that. Okay, let's see how that looks. Perfect. Yeah, I'm in love with tabs. I don't know why. They fascinate me. Okay, so I have another set of tab dividers. Let's put those here as well. Lots of tabs in this one, and I love how colorful those are going to be. The other thing I could do would be to actually use miniature playing cards to make tags. That would be fun. You know, you'd need something that had, well, you'd want that corner out there. So you could make a tab by cutting the card in half and having that stick out there. That would be pretty cute. And let's see what else we can do with these as well. And I also like to have just some random sheets of cardstock in here for texture and dimension. Now these are cardstock, and this is when I used to sell cardstock in my basement, and these are called Stardust. It's white with these little colorful flecks on it, which is really cool. So they could just be inserted in here randomly. I could make them shorter and put tabs across the top, which I might do, and that might be a good thing for the cards to come in play. In play, that's funny. Like this, I'm thinking. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten these a little bit. Or the other thing is I could put a tab like this. That would be fun as well. I think I'm going to, just for something different, I think I'm going to trim the top and put these sticking off the edge there. So let me think about how short I want to do these. Okay, if I wanted the tab up here, I should cut how much off of the cardstock? I'm thinking an inch. Okay, let's give that a whirl. Okay, so these three have been cut short, and I'm thinking, what I was thinking was putting them randomly across the top, again, just for interest. But also I realize I'm going to have my binding on the left, so I don't want to put this right there, but maybe start the tabs right there. So what I think I'm going to do is start with the tab here, then in the middle, and then there, and figure out how much room I have. So I've been thinking about this, and I think what I want to do is put a little bit of the double-sided tape on the bottom. Well, I guess it either way is going to work. There's no right or wrong on these. Okay, I'm going to line this up on my craft mat here. Peel that. Oops, you know what I did? yes, you saw what I did. I put this on the front instead of the back, and I don't know if this will come off because this is a really cheap card. I don't want to try and mess with it. So I might have to go with it, but on the other hand, the king will be showing through on the other side, and that would be okay. So how about we do it this way? And I line it up here so I know where in inches. I want it sticking an inch above my work. There. So now the tab will be sticking out that way. Oh well, it was going to be the other way around, and it's kind of cute this way. I think what I'm going to do too is stitch across here just to give it extra support. So that's those. Let's put that on top of the stack here of all the things that are going to be in here. Oh, those are adorable. I really like those sticking up like that. How cute. Okay, I still think I need just some more paper to go in there, although I also got these, which I showed in my last craft haul. My purchases with a purpose. I came across these and fell in love. So, oh, Joker, I love that. I think the Joker is going to go in here. And this could be on just a regular piece of cardstock. This could be a pocket, like off to the side, like a tuck spot, right? Or could be sliced at an angle and made two pockets, which I don't think I want to do that. I like him so much. The other thing is just to put it in the book, just right there. And I like that a lot. You could also make an envelope by gluing two together, such as like this, and just glue the sides and bottom, and then you would have an envelope like that loosely in there. You could also turn it around this way so you could see the other side. That would be a really cute pocket. Might want to do that. Let's go ahead and play and see if this glue would be good for that. But I guess the first thing I want to do is get that thumb notch in there, because it would be hard to do it after the fact. And again, do I want it this way or do I want it that way? I think I'm going to do this. I like the back of that card, so let's go ahead and glue. Love this stuff. And I'm just going to put this in here plain for now and assume I'm not going to do anything particularly special with it. But I do want to take these to the sewing machine and just stitch across the top just for some interest. Okay, I just fed these in there one after the other, so now I need to split them apart. And I was thinking white thread, but I like that this has the black thread with the black back of the cards here. Plus, I just figured it's what was in my sewing machine. My husband used the sewing machine last, and I figured the black is kind of cool. It goes with what I'm doing. Okay, that is cool. I like that a lot. It gives it some added organic look to it. Okay, so while I'm in this sewing mood, yeah, what else can we be sewing? Let's take a look at some of these and the cards I have in my stash. I'm thinking like for a tuck spot would be to sew like one of these in place, and then something could be tucked in there. I love these cards. It is hard to break these out and use them. These are so beautiful that really what I'm thinking with these is that they should be in those clear pockets that I have, which are in here somewhere. I just love the covers on these. I think they're so adorable. Oops, I just knocked that off. Oh, how gorgeous these are. So yes, one of these needs to be on display. I love that there's this cream color center with a white border around it. Okay, let's splurge and use this ace. It's so pretty. And I just think that this adds more interest than the card I had in there. There. It's so pretty. And it kind of goes with the the black here. I've got all the clubs going on. Maybe if I have one of these that's a club instead of a spade, it would be even better. Lovely. And I think it goes with that color theme. Okay, and these, like I said, could be tuck spots. So let's work on that. Okay, I decided to use one of my gold cards, and it is lovely. Alrighty, that one and this one. I did backstitch the beginning and end of it, so it would have this one really knotted up because it had a hard time going through the playing card at first. So what I could do there is cover it with washi or something a little more decorative. And in the meantime, I think I just need to cut some more papers because I just feel like I need some more. I've got all these tab dividers and I could use some more paper. Just looking at how thick the journal is going to be. Not bad, actually. Let me cut some more printer paper or graph paper. Alright, I have a little stack of graph paper too. Another thing I was thinking about is my rickrack. And this is perfect. This was an old purchase I got from the dollar spot at Target, and it's sort of like felt on a chain, and it's hearts, which isn't that perfect for our theme. Get out my trusty Fabri-Tac, or Fabri-Fix in this case. Oh, that is very cute. That adds some nice dimension to that page. Very adorable. Now, what I was thinking also, remember that envelope that I did, and I had those 2 pockets left over. I want to edge these pockets a little bit. And the glue is holding nicely, but I'm thinking still might want a thumb notch. So I think what I'll do is I'll put the thumb notch on the back. And that way I could run a strip of the rickrack on the front. Okay, and I have this blue. Now this video has gotten quite long, so what I'm going to do is call it quits after this rickrack and do the rest in another video. This rickrack is a little more polyester feeling than most, and it's very thick. I get most of my trims from the thrift store. And I have this tiny yellow, which I just adore. It's so cute. I bet black rickrack would be adorable on this too. So Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix, either one, favorite glue for adhering anything fabric related to paper or fabric to fabric. There we go. Okay. So I'm letting these 3 dry here, these 2 pockets and this page. It sets up very quickly, so you can go about your work. All right, that's it for part 1. We are going to have to resume this on another video. Thank you so much for playing along.